Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys how to get this very natural, soft looking flat ellipse classic lash set. So beautiful, so easy to do. So for today's products, I'm going to be using the London Lash flat ellipse lashes in 0.10 cc curl in the inner corners and then the 0.15 c curl throughout the lash line. These lashes are matte and they are ultra soft like they say. Oh my goodness, when you touch them, they don't even feel like classic lashes. They're super soft. That's one thing I love about them. They were so easy to use and easy to apply. So I am showing you guys here that they do have lash tiles, and I ended up grabbing the skinny one to play around with the classic lashes. As you can see, they fit here perfectly. And then for the glue, I am going to be using the Royal Bond, hands down the best glue out there in the market. Once it's on, it's on. So for the tweezers, I'm going to be going back and forth between all of this. I'm using the London Lash 45-degree angle tweezer in 26. And look at those cute little lashes on those kitties. Aren't they adorable? Again, I'm going to have everything linked down below for you guys, so you guys don't have to wonder where to get anything from. And here I'm just going to show you guys how much glue you need for classic lashes. I know from this angle you really can't see, but I only like to dip the base or the tip. I don't like to go halfway. I know a lot of people say that halfway is too much or halfway is not enough. For me personally, I like to do it a little under half. So here I'm just showing you guys that I am using the Speed Booster. And I'm placing this at the bases of the lashes while they are on the strip. I don't recommend to use this directly on the lash line just because some clients do have sensitivity. So I prefer to do this on the base of the strips. And I pretty much just do this because it's gonna not only speed up the glue if you are using a slower dry time glue. I use a 0.5 to 1 second dry time glue, so my glue is already pretty fast, but when it comes to classics, I am a lot faster, so sometimes the glue dries a little slower than I want it to. So that's why I like using a booster. That way it can speed up the glue, and as soon as you place the lash, boom, it's already done, set, ready to go. You're able to move on to the next lash. So now for the rest of the products, I am using the London Lash Sherry Cleanser and Primer, and also the Super Bonder to seal the lashes, and again the booster like I already showed you guys. And to start off, I am going to be using the NANO-HYDROGEL eye patches and also the London Lash Gentle Foam Cleanser. So if you guys don't already know or haven't seen any of my previous videos, I always start off with cleaning my clients' lashes. This is a must if you want those extensions to stick. If you are skipping this step, yes, you can go in with just primer, because primer is meant to take off all those oils or any residue that they have on their lashes. But for me, at least in my experience, if I don't wash their lashes, I notice that the retention is not all there. So please do yourself a favor and make sure that your client's lashes are squeaky clean. I understand that this step alone is a process. It takes anywhere from 10 to 15 minutes, but trust me, it is worth it. I do not skip this step. And sometimes when my clients come in saying that they clean their lashes, for some reason they are just not as clean as I like them to be as clean. So do yourself the favor and do this step no matter if it's a full set or a fill. So now I'm just taking that NANO-HYDROGEL eye patches from London Lash, and then I am taping them down with the blue NextCare sensitive tape. I am gonna have my Amazon storefront link for you guys. I do have this tape linked in there. Hands down, the best tape you can use on your clients to tape down their bottom lashes. You can use it without the eye patches, just single alone like that, and that tape is not gonna move. I love this tape so much. Nothing compares. I think I talk about it all the time. So now I'm just making sure that everything is nice and comfortable. You definitely don't want to leave it just like that. You want to make sure that you are asking them if their patches are hurting them or bothering them in some kind of way. So now I am going with the cherry cleanser. So this step is really unnecessary if you already washed their lashes, but again, I want to make sure that these classic lashes last a little longer. I noticed that classic lashes don't last as long. If you lose one, that's it, your whole set is off. So I'm taking the extra precaution to make sure that these lashes are squeaky clean. And now I am going with primer. Normally I wash my lashes and then prime, or if I do wash them, I use the cherry cleanser instead of using the foam, one or the other. But like I mentioned, there's nothing wrong with using all these steps. I have seen that London Lash does it this way, so I wanted to try it out myself too. So fanning her out, making sure that her lashes are completely dry. So now for the eye map, I'm doing more of a natural look. So I am starting off in the inner corners with 8 and 9, going up to 10 and 11 being the more of the center. I want to focus 11 a little bit more, and then I'm breaking it back down to 10 and 9. So again, this is a very natural set that I want to do. I didn't want to do nothing crazy, nothing with the flick or flare or just keep it simple and cute. So in the inner corners, I did want to mention that I am starting off in the inner corners with CC curl, and I am using a 0.10 because I want them to be a little lighter. I did notice that my model's lashes were a lot thinner in the inner corners, which most of your clients will have thinner inner corner lashes. So I did start off with a 0.10 and then ended up working my way up to a 0.15 throughout the rest of the lash line. So what I'm doing here is I'm using tape to pretty much tape back her eyelids, and this helps if your client does have their lashes, the inner corner lashes bundled up in between the eye patches. So this not only helps expose the inner corner lashes, it also just helps you isolate them a little bit better. I do this all the time, and also my client did happen to have very droopy eyelids, so this will help to pretty much lift it and expose those lashes. I do this all the time for my inner corners. It is the best trick you can do. I know a lot of newbies pretty much tend to skip the inner corners because it's hard to see just because they're all bundled up right there. So try this step and see if it works for you. So I am starting off with the inner corners, and again I am using the CC curl and 0.10 for the 8 and 9, and once I get to 10 I'm gonna bring it up to a 0.15. So this pretty much helps keep the health of your inner corner lashes intact. You definitely don't want to be adding so much weight. I would have preferred to do smaller lashes just because I feel like even at 8 is too long for the inner corners. But again, most brands don't carry shorter lashes or shorter lengths in classic lashes, so I am just using with what I got. So word of advice or a quick tip is pretty much place an extension on the bigger lashes, the ones that you can see. Once you do those and get those out of the way, then you'll be able to pretty much lash the rest. So since these are flat ellipse lashes, I am placing it rather at the top or at the bottom. Mainly at the top. I prefer to place them at the top because I get better retention that way. But since they are flat, they will not stick on the side. And with regular classic lashes, I do like to place them on the side as well. I feel like the top and the side give me the best retention, but again I am placing it from the top or the bottom. It's gonna hold better, and because they are ellipse lashes, they are half the weight, they're a lot lighter, and their bases are pretty flat that they kind of look a little bit thicker, but in reality they are very, very light. And on top of them being soft and light, they just look so beautiful. I'm not having any issue placing these lashes, and once you place them, they stick. I think that's one thing about ellipse lashes is that if you place them from the top or the bottom, they bond so beautifully just because they have that flat surface that they just stick naturally. So with classic lashes, you do tend to have a kind of an issue because they are rounded, they kind of slide, from side to side. So if you do have that issue of your classic lashes just, facing the opposite direction, try ellipse lashes. Once you place them on there, they just stick on there because of that flat surface. It's just gonna bond quickly. And I quickly did want to mention that the isolation tweezer that I'm using for the inner corners is the curved tweezer. Again, I'm going to have everything linked down below just because I don't know the name on the top of my head. But I love using these curved tweezers for inner corners. They are the same ones, similar to the Live Bay Lash, the Curvy Babe. They have the same style, and I prefer tweezers like this for the inner corners just because they're able to lay flat, like directly on the eyelid, and just give that perfect isolation that you need. And then for the rest of the lash line, I am going to be going with the 45-degree angle tweezer or even a curved tweezer. So yes, I love using this kind of tweezer for the inner corners. It just makes your life so much easier. So when it comes to placement, you want to try to get it as close as possible to the lash line, but not directly on the lash line. And classic lashes, it's only one extension per lash. You don't want to be making fans out of classic lashes. You don't want to be adding no more than one, no two, no three, no four, none of that. It's only one extension per lash just because the weight is already too much. So now I'm done with the inner corners and I'm just going to start working throughout the rest of the lash line. And here you can see that I changed tweezers from the inner corner isolation tweezer to a more curved isolation tweezer. Technically, I use this one to make my mega volume fans. This tweezer is amazing, but it is perfect for isolation on the rest of the lash line. It just helps, isolate those lashes so perfect. Again, I am trying to focus each lash, the placement, as close as possible to the lash line. You could go up to 2 or 3 millimeters out, but anything more than that is too far out. If you're placing it directly on the skin, it's going to cause irritation. So try to get it as close as possible, but without direct contact on the skin. So isolation, the best tips that I can give you is to use both of your tweezers. Just look how easy it is when I use both tweezers to help guide me and pretty much helps get the rest of the lashes out of the way. It just makes your life so much easier. Another quick tip is to pretty much tilt your tweezer the opposite direction and pull the lashes towards you and to the side. And this is pretty much going to expose one single lash. That way with your isolation tweezer, you could just go in there and separate those lashes like nothing. So try this out. It will definitely help. And if you missed it, rewind and rewatch it again to see exactly what I did. Also, the reason why I recommend the tweezers that I'm using in this video, or at least tweezers that are similar to this, is because I did notice that back in the day when I started using a straight tweezer to isolate, I had the hardest time. For some reason, the lashes would just keep falling and just keep going back to place. They just wouldn't hold. So once I started using the correct tweezers, like curved tweezers, 45-degree angle tweezers, it just changed everything for me, just because you're able to pretty much hold that tweezer in place and the lashes will stay where they are. So if you are using a straight tweezer, try using a curved tweezer and see if that helps you. So you guys already know the deal. I'm gonna put some cute little music for you guys so you guys can enjoy the rest of me lashing, and if I have any more tips, I'll be right back.
Break my heart if you want to, but I really don't mind. That's how much I want you. Yeah. I know it's only been 3 weeks and you're a little insecure, but let me tell you what I'm feeling. I promise that I love you and never let you go. When you're feeling down, I'll always hold you close. Won't keep any secrets, won't play with your
Okay, as you guys can see, I was pretty much wiping off the excess glue. That way I don't have balls of glue, because you definitely don't want it to be clumpy with so much glue, and that's when stickies happen. So you definitely want to be wiping off the excess glue. And this pretty much is it. I'm already done with the set. I did the set within an hour and a half. It did take me a little bit longer just because I was recording. Normally classic lashes take me an hour to an hour and a half depending on how many lashes my client has. So now I'm just finishing her off using the super bonder, and this pretty much is going to cure the glue from the outside in. That way when she opens it up, the glue is completely dry. She's not going to feel any irritation or burning from the fumes. So I'm just going to finish her off, and that's pretty much it. So if you guys did like this video, make sure to give this video a thumbs up. Also, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification button. I will have the discount codes and everything linked down below for you guys. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.
Be alright. Never could it right, but somehow you make me change.